Did you know there's a Bible verse for every day of the year that says, "Fear not"? Or that a printing mistake once accidentally told people to commit adultery instead of avoiding it. The Bible is full of stories, symbols, and secrets. But today, we're diving into 5 fascinating facts most people have never heard. Let's explore them together. 1. The longest book in the Bible isn't Psalms. Most people assume Psalms is the longest book cant in English Bibles. That's usually true. But in the original Hebrew manuscripts, the book of Jeremiah actually has the most words, over 33,000. Jeremiah was a prophet during one of Israel's darkest periods, warning of exile, destruction, and calling people back to God. His messages were long, emotional, and full of deep lament, and that's reflected in the sheer size of the book. Interestingly, if you go back to the earliest scrolls, books like 1 and 2 Kings were originally one single work. If we count them as one, they surpass Jeremiah in word count, reaching nearly 38,000 words. So technically, the longest book depends on how we divide and translate the original texts. 2. The shortest book is just a personal note on the other end of the spectrum. We have 3 John, the shortest book in the entire Bible. It contains only 219 words in Greek and just 1 chapter. This book is a private letter from the Apostle John to a man named Gaius. Instead of deep theology, it's a short note full of encouragement, hospitality, and a bit of gentle correction. It's easy to skip over, but it reminds us that even small, personal gestures mattered in the early church. Think of it like a handwritten postcard that made its way into the canon of Scripture. 3. The Bible once told people to commit adultery by mistake. In the year 1631, something went horribly wrong at a London printing house. 2 royal printers working on a new edition of the King James Bible made a small but catastrophic typo. They accidentally left out the word "not" in the 7th commandment. So instead of saying, "Thou shalt not commit adultery," it read, "Thou shalt commit adultery." The mistake caused outrage across England. The edition became known as the Wicked Bible. The printers were fined the modern equivalent of thousands of dollars and lost their printing license. Most of the copies were destroyed, but a few survived and are now incredibly valuable. Today, owning one of these Sinner's Bibles is like holding a piece of infamous biblical history. For "fear not" appears 365 times, one for each day. One of the most beautiful facts in Scripture is this: the phrase "fear not" or "do not be afraid" appears approximately 365 times in the Bible. That's one for every single day of the year. It's as if God has left us a personal reminder each morning. You don't have to be afraid. I am with you. This phrase shows up in some of the most powerful moments in the Bible. Like when the angel appeared to Mary, when Jesus walked on water, or when God called prophets into difficult missions. It's a repeated theme from Genesis to Revelation. No matter what you're facing, fear, stress, uncertainty, the Bible whispers this truth: fear not. 5. Methuselah died the same year the flood began. Methuselah is known for being the oldest person in the Bible. He lived for 969 years, according to Genesis 5:27. But what's even more interesting is the timing of his death. If you calculate the ages listed in Genesis from Adam to Noah, notice something amazing. Methuselah died the exact same year the flood started. Some scholars even believe this was symbolic. His name, Methuselah, can be translated as "his death shall bring." Could his death have marked the beginning of God's judgment on the earth? It's a hidden detail, but one that reveals the deep patterns and prophetic hints woven into the Bible's timeline. The flood didn't just start randomly. According to the text, it began the same year the man with the longest lifespan passed away. That's poetic and a little haunting. Outro. The Bible is full of facts that are surprising, mysterious, and deeply meaningful. From printing mistakes to divine patterns, these details remind us that no verse is random. There's always something more beneath the surface. Which of these facts did you find the most surprising? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to explore more Bible facts, stories, and mysteries, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell. Thanks for watching, and remember, fear not, for I am with you. Isaiah 41:10